ndakopa ndangandisa chikandanya chinoni changu ndarumandira ndanga.
Called Hisako from Japan, and she was very keen on teaching us how to approach a material. So don't be hasty, give yourself time, and then dive into a material. So I've got a piece of bark. I can cut it. So I have a lot of tools over here on the table that you may borrow and use, and then you could say, I want to cut it with a pair of cutters. Now I've changed this material in one way. This is this is
Looking us down. Outside.
Danish manga dash timelene huko aikona ya dash timelene papa hostel aikona ichiri hai kabalongwane.
And then I make 5 different things for this one. At the end, I make a basket.
Wow.
Somehow it's a tail. So I would love to attach this one without tying it. So how to do that? Then I would take my drilling machine. I want drill into the table, that's very important. And put it through. Maybe it's a little bit too big. Then I would take my knife like that. You have a bird with a tail. And then you cut it here and there, and then when the glue gets tied, you could say this is the start of my bird, or it could be this way, that might be better.
This was my first one. It was really fun. So after finding this piece here on top, I knew what I was gonna make, and then the body was,
The idea immediately when I got the stock, then I kind of knew what I wanted to do. So yeah, the second one, it's a a flying fish mouse, but this is a flying crocodile.
The sound is
And the sound.
Umakala. And this one is usomatekisi.
Many basket weavers in Denmark, they grow their own willow, but it's a big job to harvest, sort, soak, etc. So some people concentrate on growing the willow and some people on making.
because we are all different. We can see the birds today, how different the birds are. So our minds are very different. So being together with Eva and Dora and Marianne, whoever we saw, gives me an insight in their way of working. And it gives me ideas for my work. So it has really been a great thing for us to have this group. And I think it's very important that kind of treasure these groups. And if you can make groups talk together, be together, it will definitely improve your work, I think. My ability to survive as a basket maker in Denmark is because I used the old techniques but changed the design. So what I've done these very organic baskets, big. Then I put fiber concrete. You know what that is? Concrete?
Cement.
Cement with fibers in. So I could put it on in a thin layer and then sand it so you can see the weaving through. And that gives me good money. Where to work as a traditional basket maker in Denmark and only make the traditional baskets is really hard work.
We had some very inspiring people coming to Denmark, and all of a sudden it became trendy. You know, knitting can have a year or 2 or 10 years, then crocheting, then it's glass making, then it's wood turning, and then weaving all of a sudden came on the agenda, and it took off from nothing to about 800 courses a year in Denmark.
You say you guys only meet twice
A year.
twice a year.
Two
2
1
weeks.
week in January, 1 week in August. We live together, we work together for these 2 weeks.
Love, like, you know, a style of weaving.
Eva's very good in spiral weaving anyway. That's her specialty. I would say my specialty is more changing the design, coming up with some new ideas with a lot of different techniques. Some baskets I like more than others. For example, those I'm selling in New York, which are these organic shapes, I really love making them.
A lot of us as well are entrepreneurs, like we're living through our craft, you know. So I'd say what would be maybe your advice, right, to people wanting to create the demand and access certain markets with their products?
Instagram. They saw my basket on Instagram, this gallery, and then they sent me a mail. Being on the social media now is very important, I think. You have to have beautiful pictures of your work. You have to put it up on a nicer website, not so it's easily to see, and you have to have some very nice marketing so you quickly can send something out. The first 5 years it was really difficult to do for a living, but then half teaching, half selling. The teaching part has been very important to both of us, not only for money, also because I like the exchange and I get new ideas every time I teach somebody. When I teach you and see how you join things together, then I get a new idea for my work. So it's also about being open. Just take it in and then it goes through your brain and it comes out in a different way with your hands. I would say you have to be really, really good at it. So repeating your skill, so it's just exquisite.
I'd make beautiful things, you know, that also surprise me some of the times. I started to sing. So initially I'm a singer. I left my career and then I started a singing career. And then in the middle of that, as I was living in Joburg, I then, with the music being quiet, then fell into beading.
Printing with the hand to the screen printing, so the tie-dyeing is just, you know, growing. And the tie-dyeing, I wanted to learn. Yes, these bags are, they are, it's easy to make. And again, I wanted, it was my idea to bring these bags to you. So guys, I didn't have much time to make a lot of them, not to give you one, you know. Next time I will. Next time I will.
Crochet, and also using different types of material, because sometimes, most of the time, people they use wool instead of material. So I try to work with everything that I can be able to.
Okay, so yeah, in terms of length, you can have them longer.
That would be interesting.
So it's not called the bar firing, it's called the smoke firing, because you're not actually going to fire, you're just going to decorate it to get this dark effect. And then where there's the wet clay, that's when you have your negativity. So with this you can actually use it to label your pot or to just decorate it.
You today. Oh, and this one is a bag. It will be a side bag.
But overall, my work is really simple. It's a simple thing.
So it's also quite a lot of work to get the clay, to start to make the pot, to burn it in an open fire.
So the ones that are in demand right now, I agree it's summer, so people are going for swimming.
It's a sculpture, but you can hang something. I did a lot of things using wood and towel reels, mirror frames.
Drawing myself drawing. So it's got lots of space and it's got lots of calmness to it.
You can see just silhouettes of people. This is all rubbish. There's lots of rubbish. So these are my symbols for like rubbish, the sort of chaos and trees. And there's the two towers, which you'll see often in these works. This is Stadium View, which Tuli was also going to do.
As an embroidery piece. Yeah.
Okay. We were going to translate this also into African embroidery, which could be quite.
Also how with the shape of the tree.
I'm the priest at the back.
Yeah, okay. Ngoba ufanele yenze 1 2 3 ikey.
Yeah.
Mayela is 1 2. Lena isahamba sola.
Now, I take the left-hand one, the rear one, the one next to me, and I go in front of one stage.
For example, now I'm starting my random weave, but in the way that I want to catch them. If I don't catch this one, it will always be there. So now I kind of go under it.
Why? Just because when I touch the wood, I'm not going to struggle with the wood. And I will make a maybe
Again, out of it, you know. We did a lot of tests. We had a lot of test pieces, you know, playing around first, and then just to familiarize ourselves with the material that we were using and the tools, you know. So to further this idea, it was that to put on some beading there.
I'm a ceramist, she's a ceramist, and she's a crochet, she crochets. So the idea was to make a pot that is dressed by crochet. Before we dress it, I will paint it because I can paint. And then from the learning experience, I'm also a ceramist, but I really love the way Salamina was, you know, working with her clay, you know, her technique, you know. It actually took her 5 minutes. Like,
did his, you know, skeleton here, and we were like, okay, what should we incorporate? Like, he asked, maybe should we weave it or should we do something else? And lady, you know, with the wire, and I was like, oh, yeah, and she just said, no, take this wire and, you know, do something with it, and I just took it and I did, you know,
The you know, embroidered, yeah, small, we are there. we're coming. So from again, yeah, I was looking at the t-shirt. I said, no, this is simple. Let me find something else. So I came up when I was looking in the back. I came up with this wonderful ikansi. See ikansi, yeah, so yellow lily. Yeah, and then I come up with a bag.
Actually, yesterday I joined with Miss Saramina. We did 2 pots right here, and then I decided to incorporate the weaving into this.
Wow. So it gave, I wanted like this texture here, but we didn't have the embroidery thread. So upon using the wax cotton, I realized that actually the texture it gives, it's really, really what I was looking for. So initially it was just going to be these running stitches, but I just found myself doing other things.
Again, I took it again, then I was finishing it here at the top, then I managed to do it. This one I think it will be the present for my mom. I used the technique weaving, then I made the pattern using the wood. Then that's me. And a little bit of leather patterns.
I wanted to try Jackson's materials. So this is made with his acacia, right? From the acacia tree? Yes, good. And then there's sisal in it. And this is raffia. And actually I found out that I could make small knots inspired of all the embroidery. I haven't tried that before. Then I made a small button inspired of all you guys making buttons up there. A lot of you, yesterday we made this random weave. And of course, inspired of you, I had to put beading on. And I've never done that before because I think, beading is not my thing. But maybe it is. I think it suits the basket very well.
And you too.
And then I made from the bush hanging with this special binding also. And it's willow bark from Denmark. And these are from Mungo, Makingi roots. And these are from the bush. So this will be my memory when I get back home.
I was doing like my tote bag here, even though it's not finished, but it's a tote bag. Yeah.
I didn't know what to do actually. I came up with this web. I got the inspiration from us. We are all different people, different cultures and different languages. So that is why I put the different types of patterns under one web, as you are here.
So the plan here was also to print on top of this.
Famba,